Do they really believe it's her vision, or are they just grateful that it's not Biden?
Well, her vision happens to be quite inspiring as well. She's a first on many different levels. I'm Asian American myself, so and I know I'm good friends with her. She's been amazing to me, and just is such a great person. And I fear that the media has like created this caricature of her that's totally so far removed from reality. And she's blossomed into this role. She's really grown into her office, her role as a vice president. Everywhere she goes, the crowds go wild. She's been on a reproductive freedoms tour and just hammering away at the fact that it's not only the presidency at stake, it's two more Supreme Court justices, because right now, two justices are on the brink of retirement. So the next president of the United States will have the opportunity to appoint the next two. Do we really want Trump to appoint almost more than half of the Supreme Court? I don't think so.
You do have the sugar hit at the moment. That's to be expected. She will eventually be tested, as everyone is in an election campaign, particularly on claims by the right that Kamala Harris is even more to the left than Bernie Sanders. So is she going to have to change her approach on certain issues?
Well, knowing her, she's not. She's not. I opposed Bernie Sanders in the primary in 2020, and take it from me, there's no way I would be. I'm a moderate Democrat, so she's very much aligned with where I am. She's a prosecutor, for goodness sake. So she is the law and order candidate. She's familiar with people like Donald Trump, people like convicted felons. By the way, he's facing 88 criminal charges, 4 indictments, 2 impeachments, and a guilty verdict. Okay, so he's a fundamentally weak candidate. If you want law and order, if you believe in rule of law, if you believe in the Constitution, you would be voting for Kamala Harris.
What about being anti-fracking, though? I mean, that doesn't exactly help you in states such as Pennsylvania.
I'm right here in Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are actually in favor of her views. You bring up a good point, but I do believe that we need to wean ourselves off of these sources of energy that are so detrimental to our environment. I don't know if I'm undermining my future by saying it, but it is the truth. Nothing really matters if we don't have clean air and clean water. I strongly believe that we need to take climate change seriously. This is an existential threat to our world. There's no planet B. And that issue, by the way, will help her with Gen Zers and millennials like me who care deeply about climate change.
Is that going to be a factor when it comes to choosing a running mate?
I think her running mate will come down to who can bring in the most electoral votes. And I'm hoping that she chooses Governor Josh Shapiro, my friend. Governor Shapiro appointed me commissioner of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I think he would be an outstanding pick. He's one of the most talented politicians I've ever met. And I've met almost all of them. And he's just incredible. I-95, the highway collapsed when he was governor. The way that he fixed that mess was just textbook. It was amazing. He had a live stream going. His model of fixing infrastructure messes became a national model of how to handle catastrophes. He just did it so well. And he's been doing an outstanding job, has one of the highest approval ratings in the country for a governor.
Okay. So what'd she say when you mentioned Shapiro?
She's staying mum. I have a call with her later this week. I understand. I also don't want to cry. No. Josh is also staying mum.
Yeah.
I get it. Right now, you kind of have to.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I mean, all will be revealed eventually. I mean, and I suppose when it comes to Barack Obama too, you're holding out for his endorsement. Perhaps that comes at the convention?
I've been speaking with people about this, but I don't really mind so much, because let's bear in mind that Barack Obama withheld his endorsement from Joe Biden in 2016. He refused to endorse Joe Biden. He said Hillary would be a better pick. So I actually disagree with all due respect, I disagree with President Obama. I think Joe Biden would have been a stronger candidate than Hillary Clinton in 2016. I like Clinton, but she was a deeply flawed candidate. I hope I don't get tarred and feathered for admitting this. But I think Joe Biden, he had the working class. He unfortunately became president too late. I wish this would be at the end of his second term. He should have started in 2016. Oh, wow. But alas, we are.
Lindy Li, good to chat this morning. Thank you so much coming to us there from the great state of Pennsylvania. I love it there. Thank you, Lindy. Talk to you soon.